Welcome, everybody, to the second episode of DataBytes. DataBytes is a talk show that focuses on exploring unique and innovative ways that modern day technology service providers are using to craft robust business solutions for their clients. In this episode, we'll be talking about some latest technologies that have been gaining a lot of traction. And this one particular technology is Power BI. Power BI is a data visualization tool that many companies use to make sense of their data. As promised, we have Arvind with us, and we'll be speaking to him about Power BI, some of the features he likes, and his take on the technology. Welcome, Arvind.
Hi, Shashank. Good to be here. Good to
Yeah,
talk to you again.
it's nice to have you back with us, Arvind. So I was just breaking it down for our viewers that today we'll be talking about Power BI as a technology, since it's kind of getting a lot of traction these days. What's your take on this particular technology, and how do you see it adding value to the clients?
Well, it's an amazing piece of technology. It has been in the works for Microsoft for a long time. It's one of those babies that kept the mother pregnant for a while, and when it comes out, it's all of a sudden a very dominant force. So we're now seeing by far the larger number of clients adopting Power BI as compared to other technologies, primarily because it's accessible, it's available. Microsoft
Okay.
has done a really outstanding job of maturing the technology. So we're very excited about our work in this area.
Nice. Good that you've mentioned that you've been doing a lot of work in this area. So, what are some of the interesting features that you find in Power BI? As something that you say, hey, this is a very interesting thing that the technology offers in the space.
Um, so data visualization is a very interesting field to begin with. One of the things is it gives users this almost a movie director like ability to be able to tell a story in a way that it makes sense. Um,
Correct.
so so Microsoft Power BI sort of is one of those second generation or later generation evolution of the tools that started back in 20 about 2000 or so. What we see is some very cool features, things that we didn't really know how to use or we use every day and don't know the power of it. One such feature, for example, that I like to use a lot is visual interaction of the filter fields. Um,
Okay.
so it's an ability for a user to not only control the filter behavior by filter panes or by filter sets that traverse the whole set of data, but also allow the visual elements to be sort of driving the queries. So the user now can selectively choose which visual elements impact what other visual elements in order to be able to tell a story.
Okay. I mean, that sounds interesting to me. And how would you say for our viewers, if somebody wants to have this implemented, what are some of the do's and don'ts that one should keep in mind when they are deploying or using one of these features? And maybe you could give us an example of where you have used it, maybe with some of your clients, so our viewers can understand this better.
Sure. I'm almost reminded of one of those Spider-Man movies where it says that with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
So the advantage that this self-serve BI has given to the users is along with this ability where they now can query the data, they can get the visualizations right exactly how they want it. One of the things that the technology has driven is the data modeling aspect is pushed out to the user. So now a user, in order to tell a story right, needs to be data aware, needs to be able to know how the data is modeled and how to really drive that storytelling behavior. What
Sure.
visual elements interact with what. So, for example, one of the use cases comes to mind, and we can kind of similarly apply it in other cases. For one of our large utility companies, they're analyzing the user behavior in event of emergencies. So,
Okay.
in terms of like a storm disrupting the power flow in a particular locality. Um, so in their case, we have these visual elements designed as sort of this multi-threaded zone by zone analysis of the behaviors, calls, other impacted services, and a multitude of other visual elements. By using this visual interaction between the various elements, we have selectively identified the elements for identifying where the outage is and where the maintenance crews are, and what are the relationships between the two, how close, how far does the maintenance crew have the right equipment in order to be able to service. And what now they have this ability is that as soon as there's an outage and they start getting the calls that our power is out, they can quickly interact with the system and identify the maintenance crews and the rightly equipped maintenance crews to go to the site and fix that problem. So thereby minimizing the outage to a very minimal time as they need. So greatly improved customer experience, highly profitable client, satisfied regulatory authorities who naturally are trying to monitor how much time the utility takes to respond to certain crises. So when you're trying to analyze different elements of data together, this has been a very, very useful tool.
Well, I mean, that's great. I mean, who would have thought a simple visualization tool can give you so much insight and, can narrow down your problems into a single point and you can simply just act on it. While, there are a lot of people, I'm pretty sure, who are viewing this content or who are following Visvero at the moment, who may not have the right expertise to leverage the best of these features. How can these users or followers benefit from these features, or how can they get these features implemented in their solutions? Is there a way Visvero can help them, something like that?
Certainly. So Power BI is largely available for most of Office 365 users. Our consultants, as you can imagine, we enjoy data. We really love data. So to the extent that they reach out to us, they can connect with our teams either on our website or through the links under this video. Feel free to connect with us. We'll be happy to set up a review of Power BI dashboards if you already have those, or help create new as a proof of concept for you to be able to evangelize and sell within your company. So we do proofs of concept a lot. We have these events for user organizations where they can showcase the power of the tool to their management team and get the right buy-in. So we'd be happy to arrange for that.
Well, that's really good. I mean, for our viewers that are watching us right now, Arvind and his team have exclusively, provided some consultation hours for whoever's interested to speak with them. I'll link the same below, and you can avail a free consultation with Arvind and his expert consultants at Visvero, and they can help you with any of your Power BI queries and also with the feature that we just spoke about. Stay tuned for more episodes with us because we'll be bringing in a lot of tips and tricks, and we'll be picking up Arvind's brains and his experience so that you guys can benefit from it. Thank you so much, Arvind, for being on this episode. We'll connect again in the next one.
Thank you so much, Shashank. It was good talking to you again. Take care.
Same here. Yep. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.